my favorites. Well, our guest today is a master sushi chef who makes, that's hard to say 8 times, who makes one of the best dishes, truly, I've ever had. It's one of my favorite things literally on this planet. And today he's making a version of it for us again. Give it up for Chef John Sugimura. Hi, buddy.
Thank you. Good to see you.
It's good to see you. You know how much I like this. What is this?
So this is, you like spicy tuna and crispy rice?
Yeah.
Last month it was awarded the most significant, most influential sushi innovation in the world to open up the gateway for everybody to enjoy sushi. Spicy tuna and crispy rice.
Spicy tuna and crispy rice, the
most influential, impactful, open the world for sushi for people in the world.
Okay, explain, let's start at the fundamentals if people have never, because John's been on the show before, we've done a version of this. What is it exactly?
Spicy tuna is we're fishing, we catch a big fish, before we discard the skin in the ocean, we scrape the last because we're hungry, we've been fishing for 15 hours, we scrape it, that's why it's minced, we put a big scoop on some rice and enjoy it with some pickles. So what I do, what Katsuya, the original, he takes that, he scrapes it from the fiber, he puts some delicious ingredients with it, you're getting the same essence, that's why it's chopped up and mashed. The rice cake is if we're in the village, no refrigerator, the rice that's packed, the fish that's fermented and rancid, we kind of recook it, we make it more interesting, we make the rice cake, the spicy tuna on top.
And there we go.
And there we go.
And the crispy rice, I want to cover 2 things. The crispy rice, what makes it, because this looks a little different, we're going to go over that. But like at Katsuya, I want to talk about him too, that's, you know, what makes it crispy?
So we'll make the rice cake, we'll grill it, then we dip it in soy sauce and grill it again. So it's hot, crispy, salty, contrasting that ice cold spicy tuna.
It's audience, I'm really not being Jason and being overly dramatic to be funny. I could eat all of these without even trying. And then briefly, for people that don't know, Katsuya, he's the best.
Katsuya is really top tier sushi chefs in the United States. And he stayed really true to fundamentals of sushi rather than making things with all sexy and everything. So you would never see him put brown sauces on rolls. You would never see him put tempura flakes. That's a very Western thing. So his sushi, he was the headmaster and my master teacher when I went to his school. You stay with the fundamentals, you stick with the truthful recipes, the multi-generational recipes, and that will carry you through.
Let's take a shot, Leo, if we could. What are we looking at? This is slightly different than what you would get at Katsuya.
Yep, and you would get this at Katsuya. So this is the most popular roll in the world.
In the world?
In the world. It's the California roll. However, most people think a California roll is imitation crab, which has all 3 bad preservatives and the bad food coloring. What it's supposed to be is fish cake, which is totally different. A pure protein, and your body loves it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and the rice on the outside. So Harasan, the headmaster of the school, he invented the California roll in 1963 on the streets of Los Angeles when people didn't want to be eating raw fish in the hot sun. And then he invented...
Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he invented rice on the outside roll, uramaki, when people didn't want to bite through the nori. Thus, you have the California roll with the fish cake inside, and then Katsuya added his spicy tuna on top of the roll to layer it with double proteins, which is a signature for our master chef, to layer as many proteins as you can. Thus, you get the most popular roll in the world.
Right here. This is it. This is, okay. And also, can you, because we love sentimentality, Leo, can we get a shot, or you can see it a little bit? Explain the purpose, not the purpose, but the meaning behind this stunning plate down here.
So, my grandmother was a sushi chef.
I'm going to eat while you tell the story.
This is the eat and learn kind of segment. My grandmother was a sushi chef. She had a restaurant in Sacramento. She raised the family as a single parent. You know, and when you're a family fractured by war, my grandmother went into the internment camp in Tule Lake for 4.5 years, lost everything, and then the platter emerged. There's various stories. Some people say somebody had it, grandma made food for her, returned it to her years later. I have it now.
She lost it.
She lost it. And then it reappeared.
How many years, John?
Well, 4.5 years, and we don't know when it reappeared. We just know in 59 when she passed, it was in her possession again.
So we don't know the legend, you don't know how that plate got back to her.
We have no idea.
And that's the original plate.
And that is the original plate. If you were sitting in my grandmother's restaurant in 1935 eating food, she would bring out food and put it on your table.
Oh, John.
Go ahead, touch it.
I'm
No,
not
don't
touching
touch
it.
it.
I'm not. Are you kidding me? Don't let anybody here touch it.
It's been on display in the Smithsonian.
It has?
Yep, it's part of the Japanese American National Museum collection of Japanese American telling the story.
Well, when we come back, we're bringing Fallon out here because I'm not sure Fallon has ever had this. And then we're going to have some audience members try some too. More with my buddy Chef John after the break.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
More with Chef John Sugimura and my favorite dish, one of them in the world. We're feeling generous and we're sharing with a couple audience members. Give it up for Sue and Marion, everybody. Hello. Have either of you had sushi before?
Yes.
You have. Okay. Have you ever had this?
No.
Okay. Now, Fallon, have you had this?
No. No.
Because
my
we
first
couldn't
time.
remember in the meeting. Fallon's like, I don't know if I've had this before.
I don't know if I have, yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead. There's your chopsticks or just, yeah.
You do whatever you want.
Here, let me make it easy. Take it out of this.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
Use a chopstick.
No, don't you use your fingers. I trust you. You look clean. There we go. Fallon, not so
a
much.
great
but
compliment.
yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you want a little soy sauce there,
Yep,
okay.
there you go.
Just go ahead and take a dip and put it in there.
Oh gosh, I dropped the whole thing.
Uramaki, rice cake, spicy tuna,
Okay.
13 ingredients.
That's
You
wasabi,
can do
yeah.
whatever you want.
I will choke.
Okay,
Oh, then no. Then
Okay,
preferably
we'll
not.
probably
Preferably
avoid the
not.
wasabi.
wasabi, but-
Yeah, Sue, if you're gonna choke with this one, maybe let me just grab this
There
away
you
from
go.
Sue
Pass,
over here. There we go.
pass.
We don't want
That's
Don't worry about
okay. You
making
have
a
any
mess.
napkins back
We
there?
don't have any.
Oh, yes, I.
We have napkins. There we
Amazing.
go.
Okay.
There we
Perfect.
go. Reviews. Fallon or Sue, we'll start with you.
Delicious.
Oh no, she's still chewing. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good.
Isn't that fresh?
So good.
Fallon.
Amazing. Amazing. Try and stop me. I'm gonna clear this out. It's like a foot long at Subway. Try and stop me. I'm going in. Yeah.
48 inches of sushi for you.
That's right. There's
Perfect.
a joke. We'll not even go
Okay.
there. Yeah. When did you? Can I ask you a question? John and I are legit friends, so I'm not going to act. Oh, I'm sorry, Fallon. Am I interrupting your lunch?
While you guys chat,
Go
we're gonna
ahead. Keep eating. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. All joking aside, I love origin stories, and I love to figure out how people found their mission in life, their dreams. Why did you want to be a master? I don't think I know this, and we're friends.
Yep. So,
Keep it down, Sue.
you'll be able. This will really resonate with you. Serious.
Yeah. Okay, I'm back. I was just.
So-
I want to make sure Sue's enjoying herself down there. Okay.
In
Yeah.
eighth
Okay.
grade,
Yeah.
in eighth grade, one kid came after me for being the Asian kid. And really came after me. And I'm 6'2", a couple hundred pounds, had a great experience. But when somebody's coming after you and making you feel differently in eighth grade, it's the one thing you don't want in eighth grade is to be made to feel differently. And I didn't even identify as different. So once I realized I was biracial, I was Japanese American, it was really opening up. The food gives me an opportunity to relate to everything. Japanese Americans don't talk about the war, so it was food, when I started doing food, that my dad started talking about being locked up for 4.5 years. It was all the food, and Japanese Americans in the internment camps did their own food, so they were able to continue to cook Japanese food when they were in prison. So for all that reason, food is really important, but I just did it so that I could kind of tell the story. And even right now, I go all over the country
You do.
with a professional food management company, Taher, and this role, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 500 kids for lunch.
Wow.
Exact same role, exact same ingredients, the same nuances, the same methods, the same techniques, the same integrity. To open up the world to include Japan, I'm just trying to feed as many people Japanese food.
I know you
as
are.
possible.
One of the reasons I love you. Speaking of that, shameless plug time because I love you. If you're visiting our cities, if you come to the Jason Show, you come to the Twin Cities, Pinku's back open, right?
Pinku, like a 10-seat sushi bar.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Amazing.
Where is it at?
East Street Crossing in South Minneapolis. It's here when I'm in town. It's the sushi bar that I do is open when I'm in town, typically on the weekends.
That's
Just
how you
got
know
done-
you're big. Is when your restaurant only opens when you are there.
However,
That's when you are the
did-
big master.
I just
Yeah.
got done doing 20 weeks, so I'm so glad the holidays are here because everything changes during the holidays. I'll be in Florida in Disney World for Christmas.
I'll be there too.
I know.
I'll be there
I know.
too. Okay, now look, to wrap this up, now again, Sue gets to eat, but so does the audience. Oprah may give the audience Pontiac G6s, but John is giving the audience, everybody gets a roll.
Everybody gets to eat.
And we'll keep eating these.
Again,
Yeah.
if you're watching locally or no, Sue, please keep eating.
We will. We will.
Don't stop.
That's what. No, please continue.
I don't want you to
Continue.
feel alone here.
Good Lord, we'll be in tomorrow's episode, and she'll still be here.
Thank you.
If you're
you're
watching
welcome.
us
Thank you.
locally,
It was
make a
wonderful.
reservation
Good.
for Pinku. Sue, I'm reading the teleprompter.
He's so
God,
noisy.
I love her. Sue's the new co-host, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, Fallon, you're still here. I forgot.
I'm eating.
Make a reservation at Pinku at Eat Street Crossing. We'll be right back. Back in a moment.
Oh, you got her good. That's wonderful.
Oh, Sue!